Welcome to the Breakroom, where it doesn't matter who you are or what reality you're from, we're here to deliver a fourth wall break that helps you escape your daily grind. And today we're going to talk about Hawkeye, the new series that's dropping on Disney Plus with a 2-episode premiere. As you can see from the trailer, we got Clint Barton with his family promising a great Christmas as he takes them out to see Rogers the Musical. This is reminiscent of what we saw in the Matt Fraction run, although in the Fraction run, Hawkeye, or Clint Barton, doesn't have a family. He's just a guy living in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, kind of hiding out in some apartment buildings. He's already friends with Kate Bishop, unlike the show. He is going to see something at the theater in the beginning. However, things are going to be a little bit different. For starters, he's going to run into some problems at the theater. Like a group of performers that are kind of just robbing people. And Clint and Kate Bishop aren't going to take too kindly to this. They're going to go ahead and basically beat up the bad guys and in turn steal the money they robbed along with the boat that's being kept in. This is going to put them on the radar of Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, and his syndicate. But not before Clint Barton has a run-in and some problems with the Tracksuit Mafia. More about that later. In the show, what we're looking at is Clint gaining the attention of Kate Bishop, basically trying to be Ronin that Clint was in Endgame. It looks like Clint's going to try to step in here and protect Kate's building the same way he did his in the Matt Fraction run, and he's going to have some issues with that Tracksuit Mafia. Basically, in the Fraction run, Clint is trying to stave off the Tracksuit Mafia, attempting to run the tenants out of the building that he's living in. And there's going to be callbacks galore, I hope, in this show, and I'm going to keep showing them to you in this video. For instance, this beautiful Dodge Challenger is also something that makes an appearance in the Matt Fraction run. In this scene, we see that it looks like roles have shifted as Clint is driving and Kate is the one shooting at the Tracksuit Mob. While in the comics, Clint's actually the one shooting at the Tracksuit Mob while Kate's driving the Challenger instead of whatever dirtmobile they were driving in the trailer. We get the same kind of hilariousness with the different kind of arrows that Clint has, including an explosive one, which, as you can see here, does its job quite well. And in the trailer, we're also seeing someone who could be a character that we see in the Matt Fraction run comics, who is named Grills, short or long for Gil, that we come to find out. It also looks like we're going to get a preview or a run-in with Echo, who is the adoptive daughter of Kingpin, or Wilson Fisk. We're also going to get Clown, who is a badass hitman in the Matt Fraction run. Somebody that is not to be messed with. Kingpin is hopefully going to make an appearance in this show. And hopefully he's going to be played by none other than Vincent D'Onofrio, who played the character in the Netflix run of Daredevil. And honestly, there is no better man to play Kingpin. And I really hope that we see him make a comeback in the MCU through this show. We saw him liking some tweets and the rumors are spreading. The Tracksuit Mafia is definitely going to be in this show with lots of bros coming out of their mouths. And it looks like they're sticking kind of to the storyline in that Matt Fraction run as far as Clint's run-ins with them. Although they could be possibly somebody that Kate has gained the attention of while she was being Ronin and making them think she's Clint. Lucky the Pizza Dog is definitely coming back, although it looks like she's Kate's dog in the show and not Clint's. So we'll find out that backstory of how Lucky busted his eye. In the comics, it happens to him while he's protecting Clint from the Tracksuit Mob, and you can see here Clint really saving him and getting ready to take him in, and also finding out that he likes pizza. And what I love about this Matt Fraction run of comics is Clint's really just a regular guy. You can see here he's fighting alongside some superheroes, but he has no superpowers. He's busted up and beaten down in this whole comic run, and we can see a little bit of that in the trailers as well. They're keeping that true to the show. Again, Clint's just a guy who's hiding out in Brooklyn. He doesn't have any branding problems in the comics. He's just trying to stop the Tracksuit Mob from running out his neighbors from the building they live in. I'm hoping that they bring some of that into the show. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's looking, again, it's going to be Kate Bishop's apartment. But we gotta have the tie-in with the Kingpin. Once again, I gotta see it. Another cool thing about the Fraction run was Clint is more like the guy from Cobra Kai than he is like the guy from the MCU. You know, he's running around with all the women he could find. There's even like an awesome chemistry between him and Kate in the show, which they didn't really even build. It was just there. It looks like they're gonna kind of make that happen in the show, although they're gonna build it, and they're gonna fight a little bit more alongside each other as Marvel tries to build up Kate Bishop's character. Ultimately, it's gonna be a hard task for Marvel to completely replicate this comic book run because Clint is a family man. You know, we saw that in Avengers, we see that in Endgame, and we're also going to see the impact of him being Ronin. And I'm hoping that they actually use that as a tool to bring in another plot from the comic book run, which involves some tapes, and just go read it, man. You'll like it. Another big thing about this show is I'm wondering how it's going to be impacted by Spider-Man being released a day after the second to last episode comes out. We haven't had a Disney Plus show, MCU show, that is running at the same time as a movie from the MCU is in theaters. So it's going to be interesting to see if that has any impact on the last episode. But that's all I have for today, guys. This has been your fourth wall break. And now, your moment of memes.